I didn't think anyone was listening to me. But I appreciate the prompt response.
Hey, what's up, Vigilantes fans? Welcome back to that nerdy channel. I am Jack, and today we're diving into My Hero Academia Vigilantes episode 9, titled The Day Off. This episode adapts chapters 21st, 22nd, and 23rd of the manga. The episode starts with a quick recap showing how the Marukane department store was heavily damaged by that Godzilla-looking kaiju from episode 8. Our protagonists are all converging to the Maru Fest at Marukane department store. We see Koichi and Katsuo walking towards the store, while in a parallel scene, Knuckleduster intently stalks Queen from a distance. Now, here's a curious detail that threw me off a bit. These two situations are supposedly happening simultaneously, but Koichi and Katsuo's scene takes place during the day, while Knuckleduster takes place during the evening. A bit confusing, right? In the manga, we jump straight to Koichi and Katsuo arriving together at the meeting room where Makoto is waiting. Here, she introduces the underground idol group formed by Yu and Miu, who are, let's just say, not exactly welcoming to Katsuo, making some pretty snarky comments about her clothing. To the meeting room also arrive the Naruhata East High Dance Squad and the rock band Mad Hatters. Adding a little bit of comedic flair, their group leaders develop an instant crush on each other. It's a funny side plot, even if it doesn't seem to directly drive the main story. The manga had a panel showing Katsuo, Miu, and Yu's surprised faces when the dance squad arrived, which was left out of the anime. Makoto then proceeds to explain her master plan for the show, positioning Pop Step as the centerpiece. Miu and Yu immediately protest this, but Makoto firmly explains why Pop Step is the most suitable for the central role. She then declares that all 11 of them need to start practicing immediately, as they will all be performing in the event. Back at Koichi's penthouse, Katsuo decides to begin practicing, determined to give her best. We're also shown the dance squad's training session with Miu and Yu, along with various other training scenes, including the exact moment Miu injures her heel. The manga, however, gives just a single panel hinting at the training, so the anime expanded on this. The episode goes to show even more differences between the manga and the anime, as Captain Celebrity saves the day from what looks like a giant caterpillar, while in the manga, the kaiju he fights looks more like a giant ape. However, both the anime and the manga display the exact same way Captain Celebrity invites all his fans to the Maru Fest, with his official fan squad giving away the event flyers on the streets. Classic Captain Celebrity. A time jump occurs, and we're now 1 week prior to the big event. Makoto learns that Miu's injury means she can't participate, or at least not as planned. They suggest Yu to go along with Popstep, but it is our beloved guerrilla idol Popstep who brings up a clever suggestion. Miu should still take the center stage while Yu performs on left and right from her. Popstep jumps from behind then to grab the attention of the public. In this way, Miu won't need to move much, and people might not even notice her injury. Smart thinking from her side. On what seems to be the very same night, we now see Hachisuka giving a flyer to a trigger-enhanced version of Teru, whom we last saw in episode 8. We discovered that Hachisuka has had him in chains since then. She encourages him to go to the event to see his beloved Popstep. This is exactly where things start to get really unsettling. The episode then jumps to the event itself, which for the manga is now chapter 22. Here, the cover of the manga chapter is perfectly colored and adapted as the advertisement poster for the event in the anime. The host of the event is another familiar face, the pro hero present Mike. We are then shown the groups getting ready for their number, and we see how the president of the East High Dance Club had got a new hairstyle. We see then Koichi getting punished by Miu for trying to encourage a nervous Popstep. Our sexy pro hero R-rated Midnight appears on the scene, with Koichi acknowledging her presence and getting instantly punished by Popstep for it. Yamada enters the room and gets asked about Aizawa's whereabouts. Midnight explains that the idea was for all pro heroes to be present at the event to improve their image in the city. But of course, the most famous ones are not present, and we're given some amusing explanation for their absence. We then see Aizawa on his way to the event, actually hoping an enemy shows up to save him from having to participate in the venue. And he should have asked for more, because his wish became true immediately when we see Teru rampaging around the city in his way to see Popstep's show. Aizawa unsuccessfully attempts to erase Teru's quirk and also fails at using violence due to the slimy cover of his skin. He then proceeds to trap him using a kind of net. The manga, however, just shows a single panel of the moment he's trapped in the net. At this point, Hachisuka's plan is triggered. Teru's intense feelings for Popstep push him to unleash an electric discharge that blinds Aizawa and causes an electricity blackout. The anime shows this, but the manga gives an additional panel showing how some innocent people were also caught by Teruo's attack. The blackout has plunged the event into total darkness, which was exactly what Hachisuka wanted. She even mentions she wants to pump all the event attendees with doses of trigger, but she is stopped immediately by someone calling her on the phone, explaining that this reckless attitude could jeopardize their experiments in Naruhata. Who exactly is this person? We don't know yet. It is at this point when Naruhata's Dark Knight, Knuckleduster, appears on the scene to confront Hachisuka. He calls Hachisuka by the name of Tamao, which she furiously complains about. And then the mind-blowing truth drops. Tamao Oguro is Knuckleduster's daughter, and Queen Hachisuka is the B-user who has taken control of her. Knuckleduster has brought a high-powered taser to stop Hachisuka, and he immediately starts attacking her. The anime shows them engaging in battle, with Hachisuka skillfully avoiding several punches. She then counterattacks, releasing explosive beads that trap Iwao in an explosion, but he explains she was just bluffing, that only the first bead was truly explosive and the rest were just fireworks. Hachisuka herself feels cornered and proceeds to run away, but our Dark Knight won't give up that easily and follows her immediately. The animation here is simply beautiful, with Knuckleduster swinging his way from building to building and Hachisuka fleeing. And with that, the credits roll, bringing us to the end of the episode. The after credits preview then hints at an even bigger showdown between Knuckleduster and Hachisuka. I literally cannot wait to see that episode. This episode, The Day Off, started a little slow and leaned more towards the comedic side of things, but it quickly gained momentum after the first half, leaving us with a truly great aftertaste thanks to those incredible animated scenes of the battle between Knuckleduster and Hachisuka. The animation was very good in general. Once again, I love the comic book-like onomatopoeia showing on screen and the way that the environments are depicted. However, due to that very slow beginning, I'm giving this episode a solid 7 out of 10. And now, what do you guys say? Will we see the end of Hachisuka in the next episode? Do you want to see how they animate Popstep full performance for the festival? That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Please remember to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Until next time.